to meet my mind. Now my mind at the time was my biggest rival. Social crowds had me analysing my external. It's the hardest acting job ever to act the part of I'm fine. See myself in a good light, always trying to get my words right. Now we'd go for coffee and we'd walk, we'd talk, but I'd always deflect to protect what still saw. Contemplating ways to say, I'm not okay. So it's digestible, somewhat relatable, but enough of that. Because who knows what road that's going to go down and how do we bounce back from that? I kept it sweet, on repeat. And if my truth started to leak and crack at the seams, it's just another one of those days, I'd say. My composure was diluting and I was simply floating. A day in the life. A day in the life with stained bags under my eyes and picturing people who this time last year were by my side. I think you're right, Mum. I think we're still grieving. But thank God I'm still talking and have a voice to use. I'm just scared to misuse what I already have. I've made mistakes. In dark places and plastered on smiling faces that even my closest people felt like intruders. I was floating. Floating through grief, floating through love, floating through work, just floating. Through spaces I don't think I was supposed to be in. The performance pressure of every day. The social cues that we have to play through the fast pace, where's the time to unpack what we need to avoid? I'm sorry if I wasn't present with you. I was masking through my hurt, and I thought I was playing my role, but I guess it was always on my terms. But to find a balance when you are sinking of workspace and fun, to do the bigger stuff with no funds, to walk and never run, to grieve while soaking in our fun. It wasn't fun. It was a temporary hug to get through the day, and I couldn't play the girl on cute couple type dates because the gravity of my reality was far too much for this aesthetic fantasy. I was floating. But now, my lens is clear. I am present with 2 feet on the ground and I'm present right here. A stable roof and more room, I give myself permission to express out loud. I'm not floating. I'm speaking, I'm breathing. I'm not running on fragile floors but processing everything that went on before. I know I'm not floating anymore. 1 foot in front of the other. 1 foot in front of the other. Thank you.
Bitter nights and rainy days, it's okay, I will use this time, I'm still. And bitter nights and rainy days, it's okay, I will use this time, I'm still. I got so used to pages sitting there for ages. I wish that I could say it to you. It seems it's easier to hide behind all my lines and neon lights. It's easier to hide. I listen to so many words I forgot mine could be heard. So try read between the lines and just try read between my lines. Just try. Read between my lines.
The social cues in different spaces. Collectively we smile, but are we collectively too crying in the silence, fighting? Through only what we understand the language to. Internal conversations, the difference between me and you is our internal dialogue may be different, but it's true. No one really knows what each other are going through. Explains why people show up in unpredictable ways, different patterns day to day, and misunderstanding what people say. It's easier to hide behind all my lines and neon lights. It's easier to hide. I listen to so many words I debating what poem I wanted to do, because I always think it's funny, like, when you pre-plan too much. I think it's good to, like, gauge a room and gauge the atmosphere, but equally, you can just do what you want to do. It's not that deep. But yeah, I feel like this is such a safe space. Like, you have such a variety of different things between comedy and dance and music and poetry. It's definitely like a space where I feel like I could try something new that I haven't done before. So I'm going to do a poem called Steady Figures, which looks at parents, looks at guardians, it looks at what we hope for, which is steady figures. And I could keep talking about it until I find out I found it, okay. Yeah, I hope you enjoy this. A mother and father, we hope for steady figures. Out of sight, out of mind, had me fantasizing much bigger. I saw photos of you, saw myself in you, same stringed out curls, big brown eyes. I held those photos, that moment in time. As a child, I would draw illustrations and paint you in my imagination. Now my mind went in all directions, assigning job titles to you without knowing your definitions. Some drawings, you would wear trainers. I assumed that you prefer casual over smart. In my drawings, you had tame t-shirts because I assumed that you may love art. Some, you had a big house that was bigger than expected. Others, you were playing a blank canvas, portraying everything that you rejected. I'd come to peace with it. And if my mind would start to wander again, I would be writing and writing. I kept writing while you were being indecisive. Age 16, I flew out to meet you. It was an out-of-body feeling, but I was there to find you, use Google Translate to talk to you, anything to bridge something with you. A date and time now set in stone, and uncertainty was making me spiral. Meeting half of me in you was a step on my own that felt pretty vital. Relationship or closure, I was unsure on what we would build, but waiting for you on that pavement step, it was time, stood still. And I felt ill. But I was determined, and I will ask the questions that were buried for so long. I wonder if he'll like the person I've become, be surprised that his daughter loves to sing songs. As I was waiting for you to come, I backlogged all of those illustrations of you. Will you wear casual or designer clothes? Are you scared as to how this may go? No. You didn't show. I'm sitting on a pavement in a country that I don't know, and no, you didn't show. I suppose the drawing of you is fitting because you simply ran. And it took a while to process, but I take it in my stride. At least I tried. I have a strong mother by my side and appreciate everything that she provides. I know it's not personal, I know. It still hurts from time to time. Maybe the silence of that pavement was the closure I was searching for and I need. It's not personal, I know. But you missed out on the drawing of you and me. Thank you.
Everything is changing, no, everything is shifting. I'm trying to rearrange this, but it keeps on. Everything is changing, and everything is shifting. I'm trying to rearrange this, but it keeps on. And you are in a rush to get to the next location. I'm trying to stay still and keep my focus. But no, don't get me wrong. No, don't get me wrong. I know there's a lot to do. I know there's a lot to do. Don't get me wrong, no. Don't get me wrong. I know there's a lot to do. I know.
We're walking, and then we're sprinting in directions without thinking, but if you're still and watch the world moves, it seems there's not so much to prove. Just because you're not faster, it doesn't mean that you're not moving and that you're going to lose and improve, because you can stay still and still make moves. Have breaks in between, it seems the life that we're sold doesn't give room to let the mind unfold in real time. Park to the side and we'll catch up another time.
But everything is changing, and everything is shifting. I'm trying to rearrange this, but it keeps on.
word? Anyone? Don't be shy. What was that? Poetivity. Okay. It's alright, we'll keep it up for this. Ah, sorry. Oh, what good company is kinda lovely. We're in North Finchley. Everyone's coming on a Wednesday night. I'm feeling alright, just soaking in all the vibes. I look around and I see the smiles. I guess it's been a while since it's been a poetry night in North Finchley. We're gonna miss you tremendously, but don't worry, cause we'll be back in due time. I hope you've all had a lovely night. Oh, what a vibe, what a vibe, what a vibe, what a vibe. I said, what a vibe, what a vibe. I said, what a vibe, what a vibe. I said, what a vibe, what a vibe. Oh yeah. I know we've all got early mornings tomorrow, but don't you worry, we stay right here, right now. I know it's been a while, but I've met so many people while I was vaping outside, outside. Oh, what a great time, great time. So many really, really good minds, so many smiles. We gotta smile more, we gotta breathe more. One thing I know for sure, I know for sure, there'll be closing doors, closing doors. 11 o'clock, is it 10 o'clock? When we out of here, it's 10 o'clock. It's okay, yeah. Thank you so much. I've been MILLI-ROSE, and it's been an absolute pleasure to be here and to feature. Love for all of you, and yeah, thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Hey, when I say Millie is a rose, Millie, rose, Millie, rose. Hey, settle and cease. I tell you, MILLI-ROSE is cold. I told you, didn't I? Before you go, you gotta tell us where to find you and find your work, you know what I'm saying?
So I'm milli.rose on Instagram, you know. Instagram, M-I-L-L-I, no E, no Y, people do that, .rose, that's M-I-L-L-I, no E, no Y, .rose.